Now we are looking at the Bordeaux. It's the Marquis de Calon Segur 2014 from Saint-Estèphe, Bordeaux. Now, this is the second label of Calon Segur, which is one of the brilliant wines of Saint-Estèphe. And 2014, it was actually an excellent year. It gets a little bit lost between 2009, 2010, 2015, 2016, 18, which were all amazing years. So 2014 is like an exceptional year, and maybe 2015 is better. But that's kind of the basis you have to look at. So for people who overlook 2014, you can still get really amazing wines from that year, but they'll be cheaper than the 15 and 16, which is fine because they're going to be almost as good. In any case, the Saint-Estèphe on the left bank is primarily known for big concentration in Cabernet Sauvignon, which is the case in Calon Segur itself and some of the other top growth from that region. But the second wine of Calon Segur, this one, is actually 65% Merlot, if not more, which is very interesting because you wouldn't associate that with the left bank. They've planted a lot of Merlot in front of the property, so it's new plantings, and they're using it for the second growth, along with the younger vines from the Cabernet Sauvignon plantings. They go in this too, and then as they age, I guess they migrate towards the main label. It's an interesting strategy. I don't know why they do it. Maybe just to provide diversity, and so they can appeal to both kinds of palates. But it's also, I've noticed that in some of the other top properties in Saint-Estèphe, where the second wine is kind of flipped around and it's primarily Merlot. So let's take a look at this. Now the color is nice, and Bordeaux basically is where the color comes from. I know it sounds a little bit lame, but that's what it is. It's pretty alcoholic. You see it on the glass and in the way you swirl it. You've got lines everywhere, and it's very jammy on the nose. So I think there may be that Merlot and maybe the high alcohol, and it's got, it's a little bit more in your face than what you would expect a Bordeaux to be. Definitely more Merlot on the taste as well, but it doesn't bother me. I'm usually not a big fan of Merlot, but sometimes I can be positively surprised. And this is one of those times, although it has a little bit of that bitterness that I don't like about Merlot, it does have so much fruit and it's so forward that it compensates for that. And net, you drink it and you say, wow, this is great. Now, this is 14.5% alcohol, so it's pretty alcoholic. It does kind of remind you a little bit of a California, of a Napa red, and maybe that was the intent. And I think I like it a lot, but also I'm a little bit torn between finding it a bit hot because of the alcohol, because of the fruit, because of the sort of, it's a little bit pushy, and so it's kind of not what you'd expect from a Bordeaux restraint. So maybe that's a bit of a turnoff for me. But on the other hand, it's good, it's fun, it's an attempt maybe to create a different kind of product that would appeal to different customers. And it's a second wine from a very good property, so it's reasonable, very high quality, very good, but you're not gonna get in it what you'd expect from a sort of fine, restrained Bordeaux. And I don't know that it's gonna necessarily age for another 10, 15 years. So it gives you something to drink in the meantime. Cheers.